Aquarius, there are times, well, we make decisions about who we are. We make decisions about kind of what we project and the way that we want people to perceive us. And then there's our truth. And that truth is so much more interesting and actually so much more beautiful. And I hate how people dull themselves down. Dull themselves down even by sprucing themselves up, you know, and being shallow and dressing shit up and being overly glamorous or whatever. There is just this sense of you have a feeling or a set of feelings that are in direct contrast to success or what is perceived as success or being successful. And you're at an impasse at this point. Like there's this sense of, what do I do? What do you mean, what do you do? Where is your heart? Where is that desire? Where is that heart? Where is your heart situated? And I know right now you're like, so what about my heart? It doesn't make any sense. I like the life that I lead. Okay. I feel like in some ways, so many of you have already made a decision at this point. So it's almost like, why even say it? You know? But ultimately, what I was going to say is, do you like the life that you lead? Or are you bound to it? Because of lower vibrational energies that basically decide that this is the kind of life that I want to lead. This is the, you know, this is the look, this is the feel, this is the pocketbook, whatever. There is this sense of becoming so aware of what it is that makes you happy and where you're really aligned, that it's kind of getting in the way right now. I don't sense cheating or any kind of underhanded thing like that. I just sense that you know the right direction to take. It's almost like it doesn't even necessarily just have to do with love and romance. It could just be you're about to say something or engage in something that is not popular. And you like to hold back. It's almost like you'd like to keep people guessing as to, let them believe what they want to believe, and I'll do my own thing. But this isn't right for this situation. This is about taking a stand, requiring you to take a stand. And you wouldn't be asked to take a stand if it wasn't important. But sometimes that's what has to happen. It's like sort of being a pacifist or playing both sides and making it like it just doesn't work. You've got to you do what you want to do. But here is that sense of you could lose a lot of money, or you could stand to lose a lot of creature comforts if you stay loyal and true to somebody or an idea, a set of ideas that you really believe in. So there is a sense of, you know, like, why? Why decide? That's not my job to figure that out, right? You already know the conflicts that you're up against. And so you have a choice. And ever more, like over the past week or so, there has been this choice, and it's been growing, of realizing that how important it is, realizing how significant this is going to impact your life. So what happens if you just trust? Will you lose everything? No. It will destabilize you for a little bit. Sure. But I don't think that you'll lose anything that was really important to you. This is a blessing in disguise, is what I want to say to you. It's like, it's almost like whatever's making you feel stuck, it's almost like you feel stuck now, and maybe, I don't know if anger is the right word. You almost feel stuck now because you can't unsee what you've seen or unhear what you've heard. You can't undecide what you've already come to the conclusion of. But it is a blessing, because what it's going to do to you is open you up to so many different truths that are right there in front of you, as well as your true purpose and what you're meant to be. It's going to open you up. It's going to challenge you in ways that you have never been challenged before. You're stuck. You're trapped. But where you're stuck and trapped is actually a blessing in disguise. Because it leads to illumination. It's almost like the hanged man, just stuck. What is sticking you? Oh, I heard it. I did. What is making you, what has got you wrapped up? Do you love it? It's almost like you love the bondage. You're enjoying where you're stuck. Interesting. Recognizing and realizing you're blessed to be stuck. And all those other things on the outside of what you're stuck with are losing significant importance. Because there is a truth to what you really want in your life. And what you really want in your life is to be able to have a choice, and to be able to have freedom, and be able to have the flexibility to do whatever the fuck you want when you want to do it. And if somehow you have to keep yourself connected to this one little thing that makes you unfree so that most of the rest of you can be free, it's like you want to do it. Somehow it's almost like intuitively you have to make this sacrifice to get everything that you really want. And so in a sense, you're actually like putting on maybe even a plastic smile that's become a real smile, because ultimately you're getting so much happiness and abundance by being stuck or by committing to this circumstance. You know what the right decision is. And I'm actually at this point with all this energy, it's like I'm not telling you to leave. It's almost like the reasons to stay have become extremely clear, especially after that full moon energy, where you just kind of like a lot of things cleared up and you realized, wow, I've been really maybe putting this whole situation at risk because of my determination to rebel and insist on my freedom. But ultimately, it's actually going to take more freedom away from me if I make this decision to go against it. I've had it kind of confused and convoluted. This is my favorite card in the Work Your Light deck. It's beautiful. And basically there's a line from it, and it goes like this. It says, you were bought here. A being of light. That's what you are. A creature. You are a being of light. You are a light being. And you were brought here to this planet to create reality, not to accept it. So what is the reality that you want to create? What is your absolute truth? Because ultimately, even if that takes you facing yourself and being like, holy shit, I'm a Stepford wife. But I really love my fucking life. And honestly, if I had to go without my Gucci, well then guess what? I would hate it. So even though my truth may not be as flattering as the story that I originally wanted to tell about myself, it is my truth, and I want to be happy, and I deserve to be happy. So it's almost like casting aside all of those pressures that you put on yourself to be what you think is the popular vote and say, no, I want to be me, right? You could be changing. You could be moving. You could be making the decision, but this is about your house. And it's interesting because this is the dream card, and a house in dreams always represents the body, right? So it's almost like you could have been having a lot of conflict right now with your body and what you see in the mirror. When you look in the mirror, there could be, oh, I'm not the way that I'm supposed to be. I'm not the way that I'm supposed to look. I don't fit into a specific standard. And there could be somebody in your life putting pressure on you to meet that specific standard. And ultimately, you want to tell them to go fuck themselves. But simultaneously, you want that maybe they're your sugar daddy. I don't give a fuck. That's your life. It's up to you. You know, but ultimately, it's like, I don't want, like, there was just kind of the chip on your shoulder that because you're ruled by Uranus, right? Well, I don't want to succumb to what anybody else wants me to be. I decide. But ultimately, it's like, does this decision really mean that much to me? Love your body. Love who you are. Love everything. Look at yourself and love everything about yourself, regardless whether you're fat, thin, doesn't matter. It's love yourself. Say yes, but also say yes to something that somebody else is proposing. Clear the fog. It's like you're finally figuring out the reason why it's so important to them. And when suddenly it makes sense to you why it's so important to them, you're not so intimidated by it. You're not so angry about it, and it's not such a challenge to your authority as it is kind of like, oh, this could be an opportunity for me to actually level up or make myself better. I love the way you think. This is a very loyal, faithful friend, somebody who's happy and lighthearted, happy-go-lucky, lighthearted, filled with joy. And this is financial troubles, financial struggles, or difficulties. Somebody could have just lost money in your world, or you could be looking at losing money. Money is a hard thing to lose, dude. It is, because those creature comforts are difficult. So ultimately, I feel like there's just this sense of like, do I side with this person? Do I go with this person? Do I help this person even if it means it pisses somebody else off? Because if I piss somebody else off, I could lose all that's important to me. And ultimately, I don't want to. But ultimately, if I don't stand up for this other person, I look like a fucking dick. I look like somebody who's disloyal. But what do I care about more? Let's get into the main reading. I would like to see what you care about more. This is scorpionic energy, but way in the past, there's a sense of slapping the mosquito. Sometimes life stings, healing. The pain being over with. This is Piscean energy, dreaming up the world the way that you want it to be, conceptualizing, but also learning. Dream the world into being, the past influencing your present. There's some sort of pain that you got over with in the past that ultimately is not something that you want to go back to. That's something that's very clear. You don't want to go back to that pain. You don't want to go back to that sorrow. You don't want to go back to that suffering. So that's you knowing where you stand in terms of your life and your trajectory. Okay. Reclaim your power. This is you becoming that person, everything that you ever wanted to be, getting strong, getting confident, getting in control of your life, emerging from the dark and being seen. And this is you having a good old life. And so in other words, there was a shitty period in your life that you had to survive and get through. And now there's a period of prosperity and abundance where you can skip from place to place and do what you want to do. That's what's coming into, that's what's being threatened now. You're being able to live the life that you actually want to live based on something that you used to believe and a matter of integrity. It's really playing on the deepest aspects of yourself, Aquarius. Oh boy. Because you do look at the bigger picture and want to make the right decision based on what's the right thing to do. And it's like you're the first person to talk about what the right thing to do is. But then how do you live your personal life? And it's almost like the way that you live your personal life is now contradicting your social ideals. Interesting. And I say all this with no fucking judgment at all. It's just, I wouldn't want to be stuck in this situation. Let's put it that way. This is Gemini energy. Love is all around. Happiness and abundance when it comes to love. People loving on you. People saying good shit about you. Talking, communicating directly to people. Like speaking to the hearts of people. Sing your own song. Being liberated. Being able to say whatever you need to say. Say whatever you want to say. Being free. Okay? This is Gemini energy. Make your dreams real. Puppeteer. Someone pulling the strings. Scorpionic energy, and we're still in Scorpio season. There is that sense of there is a way. That's what it says. Because this is like the master manipulator energy. But what it's saying really is there is a way. There's not just one side or the other. And primarily the way is by staying lighthearted and keeping things like more shallow and entertaining. Not that you're joking or you're saying it as a joke, but ultimately there's just a sense of, yes, speak your truth out loud, but do it in a way that is loving. That makes sense. Set healthy boundaries. This is like the boundaries getting too heavy. It's like there's too much on you. It's very difficult for you to set a healthy boundary. What is this? Take a leap of faith. This is listening to your conscience. It's almost like setting an actual boundary for your conscience and saying, hey, conscience, I'm one fucking person. Back the fuck up. Back up. Lay off me for a second, because ultimately it's like all of these responses, I can't solve all the world's problems all by myself. And me changing this thing about myself is not going to help anybody really. But like there is some sort of energy here that's like coming at you in terms of like exposing you or accusing you. Hold on. This is magic works through you, Cancerian energy. So transcend, become something different. Or like magic, it's coming through you. A message is coming through you. Freedom is yours. In other words, you give yourself freedom from this situation by making the decision to live the life, like give yourself permission to say yes to the life that makes you actually happy. Where is your home? We keep talking about home. Where is your home? Be free to choose where your home is. Having the freedom to define your home. Where you, not only like where it is, an actual location, but what it is. This is 4th house energy. Be fearless and bold. This is 1st house energy. Love of oneself. It's being liberated. It's almost like, I feel like there's just this sense of like not conforming to traditional body types or stereotypes, or not necessarily like whatever somebody wants you to do, immediately you don't want to do. Not somebody, it's almost like the general consensus. Whatever the general consensus is, it's like immediately, like, okay, no matter how shallow it makes me feel or seem, I'm going to conform because I actually want to look the bomb or look my best. And not just necessarily look in terms of my physical body, but in terms of how people see me and my persona. I want to look the best. And if that doesn't make me like the rebel I'm supposed to be, well then fuck it. Because ultimately, I gotta be me. Life is speeding up. Things are coming together, but I think they're coming together too quickly. And that's the problem. It's happening too fast. There's a lot of commentary coming in. You may have been getting a lot of communication about your personal appearance. Oh, Aquarius, are you sick? Are you okay? Is something up? What's going on? Or, oh, you don't have to like lose weight or anything. Don't conform to that standard. And it's just like, maybe it's not about a fucking standard. Maybe it's about how I feel about myself. There's just this conflict right now between what people expect of you, partially what you expect of you, versus what's actually going to make you happy. There's sort of just like, you've got to learn how to, there's this conflict between what is it you really want. Now, Aquarius is not like Libra in that you make your decisions very clear. But this is some sort of decision that was very clear to you until peanut gallery shit started rolling in and being like, well, doesn't that make you look like this? And doesn't that make you look insincere? And doesn't that make you a hypocrite? And you're just like, Aquarius, please don't forget how to tell people to go fuck themselves. You make your decision. Like, if you want to get fake boobs, you get your fake boobs. If you want to lose 100 pounds, you lose 100 pounds. If you want to let yourself gain 100 pounds, you let yourself gain 100 pounds. But ultimately, what you're discovering this week is to let that pressure go from the outside and not base your happiness right here, right now on what used to make you happy, or what makes other people happy, how you appear to them. It's like your ego versus your heart right now. Not a good place to be, right? Difficult, but not impossible, because you still have choices. You have many choices, many different possibilities and options, and just a sense of like, am I living up to my true potential? Am I being all I can really be? That's how you align to your happiness. There's also a sense of angels surrounding you and protecting you through this time. Especially if you're being attacked, not even intentionally, being attacked by other people's opinions of you and other people's inputs of you. I don't think they mean it as an actual attack, but that's how it feels. 2323, my lucky number. That's how it feels. Like you're being assaulted, and somehow it's like, how did I get here? Why do I even care? Because you do. There's so much ambiguity here. Please, let's go over to tarot. The link is below. Before you do, though, please click subscribe and click that like notification if you've liked that video. Help Born Without Boundaries grow. Also, join me over on Born_Without_Boundaries over on Instagram, because I do a daily reading Monday through Friday live, so you can talk and interact, and it's a daily reading for general energies. Also, over on Vimeo, where the extended is, there's a ton of content that is Aquarius specific, zodiac specific. That's also where I post my weekly astrological forecast. So if you want to head on over there, go on over and you'll get those notifications right away. You can subscribe over there too. Thank you so much, Aquarius. Your videos will come out every single week on Wednesday. FYI, you can look for them every Wednesday morning. Before you go over to the extended, please stick around for these angel messages because they matter. And they're refreshing. I almost feel you somehow feeling like in some way you're weaker or diminished because you're letting this get to you. No, I think it's just an opportunity for you to learn, hey, what is really important to me? And why does this bother me so much? It's almost like your inspiration to formulate a new social concept. Prayer. That's the first word from our angels. No matter how difficult the situation may seem, all is possible. Ask. We are listening. I told you, you got angels on your side. This is the light beings card. You have ethereal people protecting you right now. They're listening and they want to know how can they help. Just tell them. Divine intervention. You may feel frustrated because something stalls or comes to a standstill. Progress seems painfully slow. Yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. That's why you could feel kind of stuck. Maybe stuck in a body that you don't really want to have, or stuck in a situation that you don't really want to be in. But progress, and yet this is a blessing. It is divine intervention at work. When the timing is in perfect harmony, all will come to fruition. Interesting. So maybe this stuck is not a stuck. Maybe it's just a stall for now. A healing angel. At this very moment, you are being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. Accept this healing. We, your angels, surround you with wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant. You are so protected right now. You are so protected. Change. Life is a journey. It would be very unfulfilling if each step was exactly the same as the last, because life is always changing. It is forever fresh and new. Allow your life to unfold gracefully and be grateful for what was, is, and forever will be. A lot of times, Aquarius, your biggest challenge is fighting the rebel in yourself. You don't always have to rebel or go against, or challenge. Sometimes you can actually agree with what people are saying. It doesn't make you lesser of you. If something resonates, it resonates. It don't matter where it's coming from. Mindfulness. Be mindful of another's feelings and needs. Someone needs your love right now. A loving thought is all it takes. So that friend, there could be a friend that needs help. We saw that. This is a sense of maybe that's a distraction for you right now. A way for you to stop focusing on yourself and focus on other people. And that's exactly kind of where you always, where you shine, is to just, you know what? If my life doesn't make sense right now, I'm going to give it over to helping others. Blue angel. Oh my God, this is Archangel Michael. I, Archangel Michael, am here by your side. I am all around you and will forever protect you. Remember this whenever you feel fearful. I love you. All is well. You're being divinely protected and somebody is slashing that shit out of your way. Kindness. A kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. Yeah, maybe somebody's helping you out. Let's see. Let's get to the nitty-gritty. We're going over to tarot. The link is below. Thank you, Aquarius. I'll see you guys over there.